PC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Over on total, we do have an indecisive candle, so this could be very positive for us because if followed by a strong green candle that's as big as this red candle and followed by another strong green candle, could create a higher bottom that would help push us toward a higher high. There is about 50% chance of hitting that 936 and possibly breaking it. But remember, don't go for the max pain, max gain. Usually you do get hung up somewhere in the midpoint, which does look still to be a higher high. Which, if we do get that higher high, as long as it does not connect, will help create a bullish continuation. And remember, a bullish continuation could help break us through resistance areas. Our stochastic is starting to pull back, RSI is weakening, VWAP is in the bearish territory, momentum is dropping as a result, and money flow is starting to weaken. So I would watch 1 day. Oops, did not mean to do that, but the 1 hour, remember, can become more positive if this VWAP is able to hold bullish. So we have a lower high currently, but if we can bounce and make a higher low, we can follow it with a bullish continuation with higher highs and higher lows. Momentum could then push forward, getting a green dot and invalidating the red dot. However, if that VWAP does get a consistent or lower low, we would have a lower high that would give us a bearish trend, and that could break us below our support. So watch that as well. We do technically have a possible symmetrical triangle here. Sorry, I have hiccups all of a sudden. Of course, when I go to record, that's when they strike. So we have a symmetrical triangle. If you draw that a little higher, fix your line. Oh, can't fix my line apparently. Draw that line right there. Then, as the bearish scenario, you would go from your breakdown to your pattern. You could consider the full breakdown, but I'm considering this a consolidation range, so I will not count that in part of this full breakdown. Again, you don't want to go for the max pain or max gain anyway. Then you go halfway up, and that'd be your bullish break up. So the bullish break up is going to be a bit weaker, and depending on where you end up breaking out, that can change your target. So if we get a breakdown, that would be a break of the 749, and I would exercise caution. The MPP does say there is a 66% chance that we do continue to reject here and see a lower low. However, our MPP from back here did have a 50-50 chance of getting hung up where we are now and pushing for a higher high. So if we can break away from this channel soon, then we could see that bullish scenario from that first MPP. But if we break below this pattern, that's where bears are going to gain control, and then we could start to tumble lower, and then I would exercise a bit of caution. Over on Bitcoin for the daily, does look like we have some indecision here as well. That indecision candle, again, watch for a strong green candle next. Remember, a strong green candle can set in a higher low, giving us a rounding bottom and momentum forward. There is still a 50-50 chance to hit above 100K, so that's a bit better. Remember, it was just shy of 95K earlier. So this MPP is projecting quite a bit of a run up if we are able to sustain. Our momentum is starting to push down. VWAP is bearish. Money flow is weakening. Stochastic's pulling back. RSI is weakening. So the daily, not too positive. The 1 hour, though, I would watch here a little closely. So we do have a bit of a bearish pattern here. We have flat bottoms, and then we have decreasing tops. So these decreasing tops create a descending triangle. Descending triangles, remember, do break you down. So you go from the top to the bottom. That'd be your pole. Then you apply that down. That's your breakdown point. And that's in line right around that MPP target of around 80K. So if we are not able to continue forward and break above this 83K range, then it's likely we would see bears gain control and push us to 80K. However, if we're able to break that 83K, our MPP is saying there's a chance of hitting 85K, which would be a higher high, which, if followed by higher lows, could help push us to that 100K that we see on that daily, or 104K rather. So a pretty decent run up if we're able to create some sort of a bullish continuation here. So remember, bullish continuations push you forward. Rising channels where the highs and lows connect push you down. So we don't want the highs and lows to connect as we do make our way up if we see that push up. So just because we get a push up doesn't mean we're quite out of the woods. You still want to watch your patterns. We cover all this in Mastering the Trade. If you haven't visited that, that's a playlist that goes from basic to advanced. Kind of pick your poison. They are kind of labeled on the thumbnail of what they are. Our stochastic is dropping away, RSI is weakening, momentum is falling flat, our VWAP is bearish, and money flow is in the bearish territory for graph, but we are trying to push forward. Again, this is more of an indecision candle, and if followed by a strong green candle, could create that rounding bottom to help pump us forward. Over on the 1 hour, our VWAP does have a lower high, so I would watch for a lower low. If we get a lower low and break down, we would have a bearish continuation on that VWAP, which would bring price lower and push us right around that 8 cent. The NPP says there's about a 55% chance. Again, don't go for the max pain or max gain. Go for somewhere maybe like this 8289. But stochastic does want to round. RSI is starting to pull back, so I would exercise caution. Our MPP says if we get hung up here, then we're likely going to visit there. But if we are able to push forward and see a higher high, we could push right around that 9 cent, which could help propel us forward. Again, if we see further bullish momentum, that could push us to this daily's MPP right around that 10.5 cent area. Now, for XRP for the daily, remember, if you have any special requests, drop them in the chat below. April 2nd is going to be very interesting, Abolisher. I think with things kind of tense in overseas, that could help put some more pressure on us as well. So we may see a temporary pullback, but that may be our buying opportunity if anyone has not bought yet. So again, this pump forward could be short, and I would watch for a bearish rising channel. If we get that rising channel around that time, that could help push us down. But if we get bullish continuation, then it could become somewhat of a nothing burger and pump us up. There are quite a bit of things going on right now, so sometimes negative news doesn't really do much in a negative environment, and with the war, that's kind of what we have. So that would be best case scenario. Worst case scenario, it's going to drag us down a bit more and give us a better buying opportunity. But over on the daily, over on XRP, we do have that indecision candle here as well. As stochastic is dropping away, VWAP is in the bearish territory, momentum is dropping, and money flow is pulling back. Again, the daily is not too strong, but our MPP does project quite the run up to about $3.54. I can't read apparently. So that's a 60% probability of a new high. We haven't been that far yet, so that would be quite the run for anyone that has gone in around these ranges. So over on the 1 hour, we do have a higher low, but again, those highs are kind of sketchy. We could make a symmetrical triangle here. Remember, a symmetrical triangle has that chance to break you down or that chance to push you up. Our MPP says there's a chance of hitting around that $2 range. Remember, I think that $2 is a very strong support, so if we do get there, you want to have your buy orders now and be grateful for that opportunity. VWAP is getting a lower high potentially, but we're trying to bounce off that neutral. So if followed by a higher high, momentum could continue forward and money flow would continue to reverse, has strengthened those higher time frames and give us that pump to that 232, at which point if we get those higher highs and higher lows, that's where we're going to start to run up, hopefully to around that 354. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like and subscribe and join us in that Discord.